How's it going, guys? It's been a while since we've had our last video, but yeah, let's get back into this. Today, I think we're gonna cover shifting. You know, shifting can be kind of hard for some people. I know the newer people tend to struggle with it a little, but you know, once you understand it, it's really not too bad. But we'll go over a bunch of that stuff today. All right. All right, guys. So shifting. Before we get into like how to shift and all that, I highly suggest if you're new to riding, you check out my How to Ride a Motorcycle for Beginners video. In that video, we go over all the basics, and it's a pretty linear progression. So you know, I start you out with learning how to just get used to how the bike feels, and then you move the bike yourself. You know, after you move the bike, and then I start to get you rolling, and then I teach you all the controls. I teach you pretty much all the basics you need to know for like parking lot stuff, and then you know, on top of that, I highly suggest taking the MSF course and, you know, honing those skills even farther with that. But this video, we're going to focus on shifting, so we'll get into that now. So anyways, before we begin, we got to understand like how gearing works on a motorcycle. So in a car, it's not a linear thing, as far as I know. I've never drove manual before, so this is just from like my very minimal experience with it. You know, I'm pretty much just talking shit with you guys right now, because I really don't know how to drive a manual car. I'm assuming it's kind of like driving a motorcycle, you know. But the motorcycles are different from cars because instead of doing all that weird like twisty turning bullshit in a car, a motorcycle, you go down one and then you go up for the rest of the gearing. So when you're in neutral, here, I'll put it in neutral. Oop, that's 2. Okay, so I'm in neutral right now, and to put it in first, I need to pull in the clutch and kick down all the way to put it in first. After that, you're just going to use your basic clutch control and throttle control technique to get you going. And then after that, you know, you're gonna, to go up the rest of the gears, you're just gonna click up all the way. From first, if you click up half of one, it puts you in a neutral gear, so you can roll the bike freely when it's off and the clutch isn't pulled in. But that's no good if you're on the road like I am right now, and you know, you gotta keep the bike moving. So that's the basics of like shifting. You know, you pull in the clutch, and if you're in first, you kick up, and then if you're in like fourth, third, or second, you kick, or you don't kick, but you like push down with your left foot to go down the gears. The problem with shifting though is getting it to be smooth. So A mode's kind of twitchy. It's not really that great for street, so I'll put it in standard. Now, this is where a lot of the new people start to have problems with, you know, like they understand the basics of shifting. Oh, okay, clutch in, down for first, up for the rest, right? What they start to have problems with is getting their shifts smooth. Now, to do that, there's 2 things you want to remember. So when you're going down a gear, so if I go from second to first, that's going to bring up these RPMs. You hear how the bike's starting to like scream at you. So to calm that down, you want to shift up. So you got to remember that shifting up gears will bring your RPMs down, and shifting down gears will bring your RPMs up. Okay? With this being said, if we don't do these smooth transitions that I'm going to be getting into in a second, then our bike will it'll jerk us around like this, okay? And you know, we don't really want that. It can scare a lot of the newbies. So to fix that, for downshifting, what you're going to do is you're going to rev match. Now, rev matching is simply just kind of giving your throttle a little bit of a blip to bring those revs up as you shift down. Now, the reason you're doing that is because, as I said earlier, when you shift down, your RPMs are going up. So the bike lurches forward because now all of a sudden you've got a higher RPM than what you were at. So your bike is going to lurch forward and your shift isn't going to be as smooth as it could be. On the other hand, when you're shifting down, you don't need to blip the throttle. Now, if you take a long time to shift down, then yeah, you're going to have to bring those RPMs back up. Otherwise, your bike's not gonna, your bike's not gonna like that. But for the most part, you shouldn't ever really need to blip the throttle when you're going up the gears, because the RPMs are going down, not up. So when you release the clutch, if you do it fast enough, your RPMs should meet where the new gearing is going to situate or settle at, if that makes sense. But yeah, I mean, that's really all there is to shifting. It's not too hard, but you do have to kind of get the basics and the understanding of it down. And that's part of becoming a better rider, just developing these skills as you ride. So now what I'll do now is I'll go through a little bit of an example for you, show you guys what I mean. We'll do that for a little bit, and yeah, I think then we should be all set. But so far, if you're liking the video, make sure you leave a like, helps me out. If you have any questions, leave a comment, and if you're new to the channel and you want to learn more stuff about motorcycling, or eventually I'm going to do some kind of just, I don't know, standard moto vlogs or something, or even if you have any ideas on videos I should make, you want help with something, leave a comment, let me know. Let me know if I'm doing something wrong or if I could be doing something better. It all helps. But anyways, back to the content. It's kind of stop and go traffic right now, which is, it's not terrible. It's actually pretty good for what we're doing. It gives us a lot of practice. I'm gonna practice shifting up right now, right? So the RPMs are at 6K, pulling the clutch. Now the RPMs are at 5K. So again, like we said earlier, when we shift up, RPMs go down. And now, say I need to start to come to a stop, right? Or maybe I want to overtake someone and I need a higher RPM to get into that power band of the bike, right? Now, to go down in the gear, I'll pull clutch in, and then as I pull the clutch in and I shift down, I'll blip that throttle. So I'll do it again. Ready? And then you would release the clutch. Now, it doesn't need to be that extreme, but I find that I'm kind of slow on the clutch, releasing the clutch, so I do it a little bit more. If you're faster, I think you can do it a little bit less. But if you're slow on the clutch, like I am, and you only give it a little blip, well, then you're still going to have that lurching problem. So we can see here, I'm going to go up, and I'm going to try to match the RPMs. Now if you're not fast enough, you're going to get a little bit of a twitch when you go up. But if I want to go let's say I'm up to 5th and now I want to go down to 4th, right? See? It's that easy. Now, with this being said, if you want to go up multiple gears at once, you can do that. You don't have to go up one and then let it out and then pull it back in and go up another one. Some people find it easier, but you know, it's totally not, it's not something you need to do. Oh, we just went down, pulled in the clutch, flipped the throttle. Maybe that's another video I'll do, is defensive riding for you guys, because these people are always trying to kill you out here, and you always got to be on your, you always got to be paying attention. But that's a different, you know, that's a different video. But I really don't think there's much else to talk about here. Shifting's pretty simple, and I don't really want to drag this video out more than it needs to be, you know. So if you have any questions, leave a comment. If you like the video, drop a like. If you dislike the video, also drop a dislike, you know. I want to know how I'm doing and whether or not this is good content for you guys, so I can continue to improve it. Hopefully the next video will be out soon. I plan on trying to get more videos out again. It's been kind of crazy at work, so I haven't really been able to. But until next time, I will catch you guys later.